Our text is found in Genesis chapter 32, from verse number 1 to verse 32. As you can see, that is a very long text, so we will not read it, but we'll read it as we go along, different sections that we'll be seeing. But to just help us understand what this is about, the story is set at a time when Jacob had just managed to con Laban, his uncle, who was also his father-in-law, of a great amount of wealth. Jacob had escaped the pursuit of Laban because Laban was following him, because one of Jacob's wives, who was Laban's daughter, had stolen Laban's gods. Now, if your gods can be stolen, you need to change your god. Now, at this very point where we pick the story, Jacob is running away from Laban, but ahead of him, there is the prospect of meeting with his brother Esau. Esau, as you know, he had also conned Esau of his birthright. So on the one hand, he has conned his uncle and is now running away. On the other side, he had conned his brother and is going to meet him. This is what some people say is caught between the rock and a hard place. And so Jacob does not know what he should do. And from this story, I want us to see the futility of struggling with life. This is why our theme last year was not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, says the Lord. So the first thing we see is a futility of living without God, or living without the favor of God. Jacob was so afraid of this encounter with his brother that when you read the story, he gets into a very detailed program of trying to appease his brother so that he can escape Esau's wrath. The picture here is of a man who is deeply distressed. His schemes could not give him peace of mind. His ideas could not secure him the comfort of the soul. He had come to his wit's end, and his scheming could not save him. The man now just wanted time alone. Were we told the time of rest? Time just to rest. He shut himself in. It is important to realize that our struggles will never give us peace. Some of us are here, you scheme, you do all manner of things, but they won't get you very far. They won't get you very far. All these struggles, we are trying very hard to make it in life. We somehow believe that unless we do something, our lives will end up in misery. And so we struggle on. The fact is that no matter how great a wrestler you are, one of these days you are going to run out of breath and run out of ideas. My sister, my brother, we are in 2020. Leave the struggles of yesteryears where they belong. In your family, you may have been strugglers. Your father may have been a struggler. Your parents may have been strugglers. Your brothers have struggled. That's how they have made it in life. But as for you, come to God. Brothers and sisters, fighting will not help you. Struggling will not help you. What you need is the favor of God. The favor of God upon you. Jacob had a son, and his son was called Joseph. Joseph did not follow the ways of his father. Joseph was not a struggler. Joseph did not fight with life. Joseph did not scheme. Joseph lived in the favor of God. Every place he went, he was favored. Favor. He had favor in the home. The parents somehow loved him. When they went out, they brought him good things until the brothers were jealous. When he was taken as a slave, sold in the marketplace, favor. Do you know the kind of people who would buy a slave? You would end up in a wrong place. But God's hand was upon him. He is bought by Potiphar. And he ends up in royalty. That is favor. People are employed, but some people are employed. We are not all employed the same way, isn't it? Some are employed and others are employed. Favor. So Joseph they are being sold with other slaves in the marketplace. But because the hand of God is upon him, he is bought by Potiphar. When he goes into Potiphar's house, he doesn't struggle. What am I saying, brothers? You don't have to struggle with life. You don't have to struggle with life. Stop being a hustler. Stop being a struggler. Stop being a sufferer, because you are loved of God. God so loved us. While we were lost in sin, without hope, Christ, who is rich in mercy, came and brought us out and is now seated us in the heavenly places. My friend, you are no ordinary person. We are a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people belonging to God. Why should you struggle with life? If you have a resolution you want to make in 2020, make this resolution. Stop struggling. I'm not going to struggle. I'm not going to struggle.